Welcome to the greatest podcast in the world.
Greatest.
Whether that's sports, pop culture, whatever you're talking about. This is our host, Fred. I'm Rob. This is Unnecessary Roughness.
Listen, that's the best open ever.
I'm just
First
saying.
of all, in the history of podcasts, like, better than any podcast open ever.
I'm just saying, we're out here. We're back.
Back.
We're excited to be here on this
You know,
Valentine's Day. My Valentine's date, Fred. My Valentine's date, the viewers.
You know, you guys are our Valentine, so even if you don't have a Valentine, you got us.
You got
Valentines.
us. Exactly.
Call Rob. Don't call me because I don't have unlimited minutes. I'm poor. But let's hop right into the podcast, man.
Let's do it.
Jimmy G.
Ooh. He better be the best quarterback in the world.
Listen, Brady's understudies haven't done well, ever.
No. Once they leave the system.
Because, I mean.
But Jimmy G, except Jimmy G.
Jimmy G has done well his first 3 games in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
It was 5.
Yeah,
it was
five.
Yeah.
137 million.
Yeah.
Over what?
6 years, something like that.
5 or 6.
About 80 million of that is guaranteed. It's a lot. It's the highest grossing quarterback money in the world. That's the market for the quarterbacks now. It's the most important position in all of sports.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, period. I'm not saying they're the most valuable, but you know.
Yeah.
Without them, it doesn't run.
It's kind of like a goalie in hockey, but more important.
But yeah, because goalies don't score.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, or goalie in soccer, but you know, goalies don't score.
Exactly. Kind of gotta. I mean, it's important. I think the contract was hefty for Jimmy G. For sample size, yeah, but like it's like who else you gonna go get at this point?
They can draft somebody,
but it's like
Jimmy G proved it.
Yeah.
For the first 5 weeks. Now, how much is that gonna be? The league hasn't caught up to Jimmy G yet.
Right. You're not giving them the respect of an elite of an Andrew Luck.
No.
Or Cam Newton. They're not gonna play him like an elite quarterback. But now that he got that contract, they are.
They are 1,000%.
So it's just gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, they gotta get him some weapons though.
Agreed. And them winning at the end kind of messed them up because they don't have a high draft pick anymore.
Yeah.
I think they pick right after you guys, which is 7th, and all the weapons. Saquon Barkley's not going to be there.
No, he definitely. I'd be surprised if he's there at 2.
If the Browns draft Kirk Cousins, if they sign Kirk Cousins, I guarantee you he won't be there at 2.
I don't believe that any quarterback wants to play for the Browns.
They're not going to have to. Why wouldn't I understand, but why wouldn't you? You get the most amount of money. You get a chance to start a legacy. Like, the winning teams, you're not going to start for, though. You're not going to start for winning teams.
It's Cleveland.
I know, but look what LeBron did. The only reason people want to elevate LeBron to a status that's, unprecedented is because he brought a title to a city that's been drowning in it.
Yeah.
Jordan did the same thing for a franchise, but the Bears won like 6 years before Jordan did it. So it doesn't have that same,
and it's
he won it for the city.
It's a bigger city, too, so.
Well, Chicago's the biggest.
Yeah. So their whole existence isn't predicated on success in sports.
No,
like Cleveland. It's like if their sports team sucks,
your economy's down.
Yeah, the economy's down. Like if LeBron leaves this summer, their economy is gonna suffer.
Whereas
tremendously.
When Jordan left, Chicago didn't miss a beat.
Exactly, because it's a way bigger city, and it's not predicated on sports. But I get what you mean. Because you have the chance to be an icon, but I think Kirk Cousins really wants to win.
The Browns can if they get Kirk Cousins, because they have a ton of cap space, which they will use obviously on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
But then you can draft Saquon Barkley first overall, which I think it would be insane too, because I'm hearing rumblings that the Giants are thinking about Saquon Barkley, which would be huge
you guys
for
picked
now.
4th, right?
We picked 2nd.
Oh, okay.
Which would be huge for us now in the next 2 years, but in the long-term direction of the franchise, 15 years, it's not gonna.
If you guys get him, you're gonna have to put a line in front of him.
1,000%. Which, if we get a quarterback, we have to put a line in front of him. We have to do a line regardless. But then they also have the 4th overall pick, the Browns, which you can either add to the defense, which I don't think you have to, or get reach for a stud wide receiver, or trade down so you don't have to reach. But get the best wide receiver available.
It
He's
works
gonna
for
be
the
available.
Rams.
It did. Worked exactly for the Rams. So don't. This is what in fantasy, in drafts or whatever. If you need a position, and that's the best guy available, and you can't trade back, don't be afraid to reach.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to reach. Don't listen to.
I always say you gotta get the guy that you have available.
Mhm.
Like when before the trade deadline, which we also gonna talk about.
Yeah.
I said you have to get a team around LeBron.
Yeah.
Even if it meant moving that pick, because you don't know. Well, you probably never gonna have another player like LeBron.
Well, they moved the right pick.
Yeah,
They
and Gilbert's amazing because he did all that and still kept the Brooklyn pick, so he's still set up for the future at this point. But I think when you're dealing with superstars and you have a superstar in your possession, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep that superstar there. So.
And Joe Thomas, the longtime Brown, is close to retirement.
Yeah.
He's been advocating for Kirk Cousins because he needs a quarterback to to protect. But yeah, I feel for this Browns team. If you ask anyone in Cleveland, what team is the dominant one there?
Right.
It's the Browns, and that's the worst team they have. LeBron continues making the finals and wins and won a title for them. And the Cleveland Indians are a great squad in baseball too. But if the Browns can elevate themselves to that same status and win a title, whoever did it for them would be legendary.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to be one of the
He'd have
greatest
a
of all
statue.
time like LeBron is.
Yeah,
he doesn't even exactly.
You'd have a statue because you just have to have a statue. If you run the Browns a Super Bowl after the season, like what's this, like the second 0-16 season in like 5 seasons?
No, they went 1-15 last year and 1-15 the year before. This is their first 0-16.
So they've won 2 games in the last 3
years.
seasons. That's nuts.
Past 4 calendar years.
Wow.
I think it is the
They suck. Like badly.
It's bad. Yeah, it's really bad. And the Cleveland franchise, they're hungry for a win or everything. Just like the Eagles franchise was hungry for a win. Just the Eagles were run properly and the Browns aren't.
Right.
Look, I like what they're doing now.
Hugh Jackson, though.
Hugh Jackson's a great coach.
He's just in the wrong system, he just doesn't. What's he gonna do with those players? Like it's not, and I don't think it's a knock on the players. I just think it's like something's not working with the Browns that hasn't worked.
Sometimes you're just not good enough. The players, it's not a knock on them. They have stars. They have good players.
They have Josh Gordon. They have.
Well, Josh Gordon was one of the best wide receivers.
Yeah.
He just couldn't
get out
of his own way.
They have Myles Garrett. They have what's this guy's name? Kaiser, who was good. Even though Kaiser,
he's not gonna be their quarterback next year.
He's not, but it's like Kaiser will probably end up going to a team like who's like the Cardinals or some shit, and thriving.
I'd rather him stay with the Browns, run the backup system, and grow behind Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback.
He is,
and he could grow behind Kirk Cousins because eventually, it's going to be time for Kaiser to get paid, and he's going to be in that range where he's not going to command enough.
Yeah.
But if he can show flashes, he'll be able to get like $15 million or something to start.
Just off those flashes.
One of those franchises that's going to need a quarterback 5 years from now.
Cardinals need a quarterback right now.
That's true, but is Kaiser the guy? And who are the Cardinals going to grab? They didn't suck enough.
Yeah.
To draft the QB early.
And it stinks.
Why
when it's like
aren't
that.
they in the discussion for Kirk Cousins? Why wouldn't Kirk Cousins help that offense out?
I believe Arizona is in the conversation. They're just They're not as high up as the Browns and the Jets.
And the Broncos.
Because but the Broncos, I'm hearing, are looking at McCarron. I mean not McCarron.
Baker Mayfield.
It was somebody. No, it was I'm gonna look it up.
They should draft a QB if they're not gonna get Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
They're drafting pretty high. It's time. When you drafted Paxton Lynch, he was 28th. I understand it's a first round pick, but that's not a surefire thing. A surefire quarterback usually comes in the 10 round range.
Exactly.
Now I know people are gonna say, but Russell Wilson, but Dak Prescott. How many third round picks aren't them that's succeeded in the NFL?
Yeah.
Close to 0. So the sure thing, top 10 pick. And now if you fail at a top 10 pick, you set your franchise back.
Yeah. Years.
So if you're going to draft, that's why I'm afraid for the Giants. So if you're going to draft a QB, make sure it's the right one. And don't just draft it because you're in this position and you think you need a QB.
Right.
The Broncos need a QB, but Kirk Cousins is there. You can get Kirk Cousins.
They get McCarron. Like I said, they going after McCarron.
AJ McCarron's not a bad QB.
Yeah, he's not. I don't. You can't say he's a bad QB because he hasn't really been given a chance.
True.
You can't. How can you say someone's gonna be a good or a bad quarterback if you really haven't seen them get a chance to display their talent on the NFL level? So I think and McCarron was good at Alabama.
Yeah. Most Alabama QBs aren't good in the NFL.
True.
But
a lot of them aren't given a chance.
That's true. And the same
because the thing with Alabama QBs is that draft scouts look at them as system guys.
They usually.
I don't know. I don't think Hurts was a system guy. I think he just got crushed by Clemson's defense, and then Saban had a backup plan.
Yeah, but that proves he's a system guy because their backup plan just went in there without a beat.
Maybe he just knows how to pick up great recruit great quarterbacks.
He recruits great everything.
Yeah, like look at Julio Jones and Mark
Landon
Ingram.
Collins.
Yeah,
Don't forget my guy.
Yeah, I didn't forget Landon Collins. Alabama, Saban just has this recruiting shit like locked up in a bag, man. Like he just knows how to do it and he does it well. And then the thing is, his recruiting classes get disrespected every year, in terms of rankings. But then they end up having
you mean individual positions?
Yeah.
So because they're always top one, the team as a whole.
Yeah.
But I understand.
So I don't know. I think you gotta I think the whole thing with quarterbacks like Jimmy G is like you have to see what you have to see what talents they possess.
Yeah.
I just think they jumped the gun really early.
They did, but they had to. I think
they can franchise tag him.
They could have, and it would have been less, much less. But yeah, you're right. They could have franchise tagged
because you see what happened with the Cousins situation. They franchise tagged them until they felt like they got everything they needed from him.
They're thinking about franchising him a third time. Redskins, do it. Franchise him a third time. Be dumb. Do something so dumb like that. Because
his trade value is probably worth more than if you make him a free agent.
Nobody's going to trade for that contract. Nobody. 30 mil in cap penalty? No way. Unless the Redskins take up some of that money.
Unless you really, really need a quarterback like the Browns. And the Browns are notoriously known for making bad not draft picks, but bad GM decisions.
That's why I'm not afraid. The Giants are going to get whoever the Browns dealt, and it's going to be the right decision.
Yeah. They'll make the wrong choice. They'll probably draft a quarterback at one.
They should.
I won't be surprised.
Unless they get Kirk Cousins, then you could draft.
But I'm just not impressed with the quarterbacks in this draft class.
Like at all?
I think Lamar Jackson is going to end up being the best one out of all of them.
He's going like the third round.
Yeah, he is. But he's going to end up being the best one out of all of them. Because with Rosen, I didn't see it.
He throwing it up to Odell Beckham Jr. a year behind Eli, or at least 6 weeks behind Eli. You don't think? And now it's not Eli's job to mentor him, but Eli will, just like he did with David Sweat.
You can say that now, but when he gets on the field, what's going to happen? And what happened on the field in UCLA?
That's true. He didn't have Odell.
He didn't have Odell, but at UCLA, I just didn't see it. And then what's this other guy's name? Darnold, I definitely didn't see it.
Yeah,
I saw more with Rosen. I
like
Rosen more than Darnold. Darnold, I felt like the Rose Bowl game versus Penn State 2 years ago, his performance was overhyped, and that's why people just gave him this big-ass pedestal to sit on coming into the college football season. But I didn't see it from him. And then Jackson's more proven than both of them. He's won the Heisman before. He's been in the college football playoff.
How many great QBs won the Heisman? It's very – the number's small.
Charlie Wood.
See what I mean? Did Cam win a Heisman?
Cam, yeah.
He did, but
Cam won Heisman in the national championship the same year.
But the RG3 won a Heisman, and Andrew Luck was clearly the better player.
Yeah.
We look at it, Tim Tebow won a Heisman. No, it's not indicative of who's going to be a great NFL quarterback. Andrew Luck never won. Peyton Manning never won. Eli never won.
Right.
Brady definitely never won.
But Lamar Jackson's been to the college football playoff as well.
That's true. We'll see. I don't trust.
You don't trust running quarterbacks, right?
It depends if they can do everything else.
Yeah,
Cam Newton, I trust.
Like Mariota.
Russell Wilson, I trust. Mariota, I semi-trust.
Yeah.
RG3, I didn't trust.
Because he relied on his legs too much.
Way too much. That cannot be your first option. It has
Vic,
to be your second.
Vic got away with it way back when because linebackers were way less athletic than they are
They're
now.
faster. Much faster.
They're prototypes now, so you can't.
Defensive linemen are faster.
Yeah, everyone's faster now because the training and then the regimens and everything. It's just athletes are more athletic, if that makes sense.
Cam Newton works because you have to defend his passing ability. Because if he has design plays, sure, but if you're only defending his design plays, he's gonna burn you because he's gonna find an open guy. Russell Wilson, the same thing. Russell Wilson uses his leg to extend plays, not to run for first downs. He uses it to find the open guy. You could get 10 yards with your legs, or you get 30 yards with your arm. Which one's better?
30 yards with your arm.
100%. And when you had somebody like RG3 who run first.
This is
If
option.
there's a pass.
RPO.
Can't do that. It's not going to work in the league. It's going to work for 10 games.
Because the defense is going to sniff it out. That's the same thing happened with Tebow.
Yeah.
Unstoppable in that RPO. Run pass option. Even won him a playoff game.
Yeah. And then what happened after that?
And then after that, it's like, oh, well, we're going to go Pittman because, he can throw
way better.
40 yards. And you can run about 10. Maybe. But I don't know.
Jimmy G, I mean, if they think he's the quarterback, they could prove us wrong.
They could.
But that's a lot of money.
I just
for
think
a risk,
$80 million guaranteed in the NFL is a lot.
It's a hard.
I remember when Terrell Suggs. There's only one Terrell.
The other one's in the
I remember when Terrell Suggs got paid $55 million and it was the biggest contract in NFL history. And that was in
for a defensive player.
Yeah, it was the biggest linebacker contract. Now, granted, like we said, quarterback position is way more is the most important position in sports, but I don't know.
You can win without linebackers. Like the linebacker, I understand is the quarterback of the defense, but you can win with subpar linebackers. You really like if your defensive line is strong and your safeties, you can win without a defensive linebacker.
I think the Panthers proved that with Luke Kuechly.
When he was out and they kept going.
Yeah.
But when he was in, it was great. But
it's always better when you got your Pro Bowl linebacker in there. But I'm just saying, it's possible to win without a linebacker.
100%.
Yeah, I hope Jimmy G. I hope he does his thing in San Francisco because he'd be the first Brady understudy to really have success. Even though the other ones haven't been really put in ideal situations.
I mean, Matt Castle was on the Chiefs. Chiefs weren't bad. He just
Brissett is on the Colts though.
Yeah, that was a bad situation.
That makes you see how good of a quarterback Andrew Luck really is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Andrew Luck always won them games, and the Colts continuously did not improve on that line.
Yep.
And
which is why he kept getting hurt. Yeah.
Hopefully he's back at the first week of the season. I really hope he is. I have him in our Dynasty League, and I'm counting on him to be my QB. I also have Mahomes, though, but Mahomes is a solid backup in the Dynasty format.
Yeah, true. I just hope
Breeze.
Hope one of my quarterbacks' ACL is healed.
Both of them is done.
By the time season starts, Deshaun Watson and Carson Wentz.
You want to get Breeze back?
Nah, Breeze is going to decline.
Yeah, it's a running team now.
I think him and Brady are both approaching the cliff.
Brady was MVP though, so. Is.
He is. He was. I mean, he was MVP. He was MVP.
He still is.
But I still think
MVP until the next person.
He's creeping up on that cliff though.
Oh, of course.
He's gonna be 41 next season.
Yeah.
What if Favre played till like 38?
Nah, 40. He had a 20-year career.
That's insane for football.
Yeah. Same for basketball too. You don't see many 40-year-olds that not named Vince Carter.
Yeah, that's true. Kobe was what, 36, 37,
35.
Shit.
Like I was like, why is he retiring? He's young. And it's like, no, years on my body, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's more about years than it is age. So when you've been playing basketball since you was 18 years old at the highest level, it's like
17. His parents had to
sign a permission slip because he couldn't. What if they would have said no?
Then I would have emancipated myself and shoot, you better not say no.
Like who would say no? But I'm just saying, what if they like, nah, we want you to focus. We want you to focus on school. That's when you
First of all,
that's when you gotta force the signature.
High school, which this is what I disagree with LeVar Ball in. high school is important. You should get your high school diploma regardless.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a basketball player and you're about to go into the NBA, college is useless.
Yeah.
You don't need college. College is to help you get on a career path. If you already know your career path and you already have an angle, you don't need college.
It's like my man Cardell Jones said, we didn't come here to play school.
No,
We
exactly.
came here to play football. We ain't come here to play school. He ended up
100%.
getting his degree from Ohio State anyway, but it's just still one of the best quotes ever.
You go to the NBA, get your first real college. The lowest amount they can offer you can pay for school 10 times.
Yep.
So do it. You have literally nothing to lose. But if you go to school, you have almost everything to lose if you break your leg, and now nobody wants to draft you. So baseball players like Mike Trout and Bryce Harper that decide to skip school and just go straight to the draft, good idea. Kobe, good idea. LeBron, good idea. I hope they take away that.
It was like with guys like LeBron, it's like, yo, he's not gonna be a regular person.
He went in
clearly.
and didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
Amari Stoudemire, who's nowhere even near close to top 200 players, came straight out of high school. And was
Yeah.
good.
There's a lot of people that came out of high school. Like
Mhm.
I think Andrew Bynum came right out of high school too.
Yeah, but
He was
that's a bad example for this because
Yeah. I think he was the youngest
There's
player
two
ever in the
chips,
NBA though. I think he was younger than Kobe when he first came. He was like
about
7.
like months or something.
Yeah, because he was 17 and some months or something like that. I think second youngest player. I mean, the youngest player to ever play in an NBA game. But yeah, speaking of NBA, let's get into these trade deadlines.
All NBA podcasts going here on NBA.
National Brothers Association.
Brotherly love.
Nah, we ain't doing brotherly love. 'Cause
You know the Philadelphia Sixers and Flyers have not lost since the Super Bowl. Like 8-0.
Trash. Such a trash city. not the city, but the people that behave the way they do.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
a
guy that ate
minority.
the horse duty.
Yeah. That's their fans now. Every time the Eagles win, I'm gonna text my Eagles friends. Guys, you guys are eating horse poop now.
No,
It's
right.
over. It's over. You guys have a chip. Good job, but at what cost? At what cost?
They had to sacrifice Bill Cosby. And they had to sacrifice Meek Mill too. And then I
Worth
heard
it.
the actual population of eagles is about to be extinct soon.
Yeah, that sucks. That's our nation's
national
animal.
bird, yeah. And then
We
the
gotta
Eagles
take care of it.
sacrificed it so they can win a Super Bowl.
They-
Selfish.
They killed like 6 of them.
Selfish. Killed our country. But yeah, let's talk about this NBA trade deadlines.
Awesome.
Cavs just saying, let's just go all out.
Blow it up.
Just blow it. Literally blow it up. Get everybody out of there.
Oh, it's clear now. I know Bernard's like, it's clear they lost that Kyrie trade, right?
Yeah.
Like clear, right? Just making sure.
Definitely clear they lost the Kyrie trade. I think Isaiah Thomas just didn't fit with that team.
Apparently neither did Jay Crowder or anybody
Oh,
else
yeah.
they got.
I think LeBron had just checked out after a while though. Like, to me, he just didn't seem interested in playing with that team anymore.
Yeah, true.
So,
And this was to try to keep LeBron James. And we'll see if they can
Mhm.
keep LeBron James after this season. But, hey, they're undefeated since they did this. They
2-0.
beat Boston. They beat OKC. I think they got better. I don't think they're better than Houston. I don't think they're better than Golden State. I honestly
No.
don't even think they're better than Boston right now.
I don't think so. I think Boston was already losing when they played them. The
Mhm.
Boston had lost. It was like 3 or 4, 4 or 5
Yeah.
before they played Cleveland, so they were already slumping.
Remember, the
I
first
think-
game they played, they lost. Boston lost to Cleveland. So.
Yeah, when they had Hayward and everybody else in there. But I think the trade deadline. I think Cleveland made the right move regardless if LeBron James stays or not.
Yeah, because they kept the Brooklyn pick.
They kept the Brooklyn pick. They got younger. They got more athletic. Their contracts are locked in for at least another 2 years with Nance and Clarkson.
Yeah.
Got rid of somebody who was expecting to get paid this offseason, and you just unloaded him. So I think in that sense, Dan Gilbert did a great job at the trade deadline.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
I'm hearing they almost had DeAndre Jordan, but I think this trade ended up being better for them anyway.
they didn't. Iman Shumpert did that's what blew it up. They didn't want to take Iman Shumpert, and the Cavs couldn't say, all right, fine, we'll figure out where to put Shumpert.
Because of that contract, man.
They could have made another trade. They made two separate trades.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. DeAndre Jordan would have made them definitely better than they are now. But they're better than what they were before.
Yep.
Got rid of contracts that were, quote unquote, cancers in the locker room. Not Dwayne Wade. I would never say he's a cancer. Even though I heard there was a little bit of
his relationship with LeBron was closer with everybody else's, and then it waned on the team apparently.
Yeah, but I don't think that's Wade's fault. I just think that was the player. If Wade would have stayed, it still would have been better.
Yeah. I think
Wade
can
they
still
got
be.
rid of. Other than Wade, they got rid of the people that were against Wade and the whole culture. So.
Right. And I think the Lakers are good in the trade too, because now you got
cap space which is just air, Fred. It's just air.
I mean, yeah, but
what two superstars y'all signing? Not LeBron.
No, I don't think LeBron. I haven't thought LeBron's come to the Lakers for like the last 3 months.
Okay, understood.
Because it's just like, if you're not going to try to compete for a championship, then you might as well stay in Cleveland and get the super freaking max. So if he stays in Cleveland, he probably will get $300 million, I think.
My thing, LeBron James, like before, I understood he always took less, and I don't knock him for going to Cleveland and wanting to take the supermax and all that stuff. And the Players Association said, hey, we need you to be the highest paid player because a team would be like, look what LeBron's making. You could take less than him. I think LeBron should take less now because that's not going to be a factor anymore. Harden makes more than LeBron. Steph makes more than LeBron. Westbrook makes more than LeBron. It's not stopping anywhere. And if LeBron truly wants, now it depends on what LeBron wants. LeBron does not need to win to establish his legacy. It's if he wants to win. And if he wants to compete with Golden State, he needs to take less so that they can sign those people. But it's what LeBron wants. If LeBron wants to be a Supermax player, it's fine by me. It's LeBron's choice. But you can't say we need another playmaker here. You're never going to compete with Golden State unless you take less and you sign a superstar.
My point exactly.
Same thing. If he's going to Houston, he has to take less.
He's going to take less anywhere but Cleveland. Like if he goes to Houston, he's going to have to take less because they're going to have to pay him, Chris Paul, Harden, and then they're going to have to pay Capella in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then they're probably going to have to pay Eric Gordon in a couple of years.
Remember, Harden's the highest paid player in the league.
Yeah. So he's going to have to take less in Houston for sure. If he goes wherever the Golden State rumor from a couple weeks ago.
They're not going to have enough room.
No, I mean, I don't know because.
So for him to get a Supermax deal?
No, they said the same shit about Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant took less.
Yeah, and LeBron would obviously he's gonna have to take less anywhere but Cleveland. So, but I still don't think that shit's gonna happen.
Or the Lakers, but
yeah,
I think it'd be insane for the Lakers to sign LeBron to the Supermax and not try to build around your young core. I feel like LeBron goes against what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah, it's like he's gonna be 34 next season, right? But
yeah.
30, 33, 34, something like that. He'll be 34, and you're trying to go younger. And you have, first of all, the Lakers with the Lonzo drama and the LeVar Ball drama, everything that's been going on. LeBron, it's not even that. It's been lost that Brandon Ingram is having a hell of a season right now.
Yeah, he's been playing good. I wanted you to trade him to me.
Brandon Ingram is playing hella good right now. The Lakers won, I think, like 8 of 9.
Mm-hmm.
They're 11.
Should be tanking.
11-4. Yeah, they should. But I mean, I don't want it. Tank for what?
Yeah, that's true. You got to give your pick.
You got to give our pick away, and it's like even if we didn't have our pick, it's like just finish the season off strong. Because if you finish off the season off strong, there's gonna be free agents that are gonna look like maybe I could go to that team and make something happen. I personally think that they should consider signing Boogie Cousins to a 1-year deal in the offseason.
You think he'll accept that?
Huh?
You think Boogie Cousins will accept that?
He's gonna have to because he's hurt.
Yeah, true.
He can't expect to get a max deal this summer.
I wouldn't expect the max, but I would try to get like 2 years with
I think the Lakers would
player opt out and a team opt out, so that I can have some type of. Well, that has no security. You're right. Yeah. Maybe a 1-year deal.
I was saying you're gonna have to take a 1-year deal. Like, okay, prove to us that you can still play. and then we'll take care of you next summer. Because it's not like they have any big free agents to sign. Well, 2019 they
That's
do
true.
have. There's a couple. There's gonna be a couple.
Yeah,
out there.
that's the Clay
Klay
Thompson.
Thompson.
Why would he leave the Warriors, man? Maybe he wants
No,
to.
no,
He
because
doesn't
maybe
need to win anymore.
because
either.
if you win three like let's say they win this year, that means he will end up 3 titles, and then they could win next year too.
4 titles.
Yeah, 4 titles, and you can stay and win 5 or 6,
Which it wouldn't
make-
matter. Nobody's
and-
going to classify you as one of the
Right.
greatest of all time
And
if
win-
you have 5%.
and make $20 million a year, or you can go somewhere like LA, Milwaukee,
and get the max.
get $40 million a year, $50 million.
1,000%. You're right. At this point, with the Warriors superstars, I understand Kevin Durant, because Kevin Durant's classified as one of the best players of all time.
Right.
Same thing with Steph Curry, classified as one of the best players of
I
all
think
time.
those two definitely stay
That's
together.
legacy that they're trying to say.
Yeah.
If I'm Draymond or Clay, it's like I already won 4 titles. If I win 12 titles, people are gonna call me Robert Horry.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I'll just go somewhere else
You
and
gotta
make
go.
money.
You
I already
gotta-
won.
Yeah, you got to get paid.
Exactly.
That's why I think in that case it's like you win on that you win 11 or 14, and then you go after the All-Star break. You split the rest of the season. You go 500 or some shit like that for the rest of the season. You think Klay Thompson's not gonna be looking at that like, and they really look like they can use a shooter,
Yeah,
and they can pay me, and my dad used to be a Laker.
that's true. And honestly, there is a mystique that comes with being a Laker.
Yeah,
It's just a fact.
it's a certain lifestyle. And it's like,
And California is nice.
and then
I've never been there, but it's nice.
And I still don't rule out the possibility of Paul George coming to LA.
Why
Because
would y'all want him? It's like he's a great player. I understand that,
He's
but
a
that goes
superstar.
against what y'all.
he's still young though.
What is he like 30 though?
No, he's like he's not
You guys
30.
aren't gonna compete until like 2019, like 2020. So you can't look at his age now. You gotta look at your age 3 years from now.
Yeah, but you gotta look at the fact that he's a superstar that we don't have. And I think if you put him, Kuzma, and Lonzo together, and then I think
Realistically, how y'all gonna win?
not a title.
But
think
yeah,
I think in a couple of years they'll be able to contend in the West if
that's
they're
what I'm saying.
if they're able to develop that young talent.
But that's what I'm saying. So Paul George goes against that, I think.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
So so you guys
it's
aren't
kind of
gonna
like,
win.
but it's kind of
next
like you
year
have to
or
have
the
a
year after.
superstar.
If you guys get LeBron, y'all not winning. LeBron's the best player on the planet. So when realistically you gotta wait for the Warriors, like 2 years, wait
Yeah.
for the Warriors.
To
If you
split.
can take
You gotta pray
Klay
for
Thompson from them,
right. You gotta pray
they
for a
get
Warrior
worse and
split.
y'all get better.
Yeah,
The Lakers are gonna be great again soon. It's just when, not if. It's
yeah.
when. And you'll have your time. Like for us, the Knicks,
They have pieces
it's
to
if.
build around.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And Knicks do the opposite of them. Tank. We free agents aren't trying to come here to New York. It's the mecca of basketball. People love playing at the Garden, but you don't have to play at the Garden every single day to get that
Right.
Garden feel.
you
can
there
play once a year.
and just and it's more special that way
Yeah, I
Then if you was to
killed it
play
on
every-
my day.
when as opposed to playing there every single night and then just get.
I'll tell you this, though.
that Kristaps injury just sucks,
It
man.
did suck, man. And
It
that's-
sucks. I'm not even a Knicks fan, and it just sucks because
You're in New York,
he's yeah.
you
and
want
I know
the Knicks to succeed.
yeah, and then you know what he means to the city, and then he's just like one of the best young players in the NBA. He's having a breakout season. It just sucks, and I think for the Knicks, this is like you just go from bad to worse. The season, it looked like you guys could turn the season around. You're like what, 4 games under 500 or
Yeah,
something
we're
like that.
still like 4 games under
Yeah.
500.
But at this point,
10.
it's like why go if you're not gonna really make any noise
To get the
play?
honor of getting swept in the first round.
And the Lakers are not in the draft lottery this year, so you have a chance to
Actually getting it, so they're not gonna, they might cheat for us.
And the draft is even more loaded than last year's
It
draft.
is.
I think.
I noticed that.
I think if you guys, I think the
That
crazy thing.
Oklahoma guard looks real good.
I think the thing about this draft is like you could fall out of you could have a top 10 draft pick and pick 10th, and still
pick fourth.
and still pick up a superstar
Yeah, that's true.
because you got Michael Porter Jr. who's gonna fall because he didn't play this year.
Yeah.
Ayton looks like a freaking monster. The center from Arizona.
Yeah.
You got Bagley. You got Trae Young from Oklahoma. Like
That's who I want. But we're not getting him unless we get first.
I don't know if he goes 1 though.
Where do you think he goes? Where do you think he falls? Let's realistically, where do you think he falls? Now we
I don't
got a
think-
whole March Madness tournament that we're gonna cover My favorite part of the year is March Madness.
The Oklahoma's lost 4 in a row, so I think his stock is starting to like drop a little bit. But
what if he takes Oklahoma deep in the tournament, Sweet 16,
I
Final Four?
I still think I'd go.
This is hard, and I'm putting you on the spot. It's not fair.
It's not fair because it's like you see what Steph Curry has done for the Warriors.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be supposedly the next Steph Curry who can make plays, shoot
from anywhere.
Everywhere.
That's what we need. We need that point guard
Yeah.
that can do that.
He looks like a game changer. He looks like he's a game changer. But do I pick him over Bagley, who's had the most double doubles in Division I?
Yeah. That's
Who's had multiple
need,
like 30 and
we
15 games?
Chris has to play that point. If it depends on team need. I understand where you're coming from, and you could never have enough big men, but Ntilikina has been a wash. You know,
I don't think so. I don't think he's had enough. He hasn't had the opportunity to be called a wash.
He's a great role player.
Because look at Ingram last year.
Yeah, true.
Look at Ingram last year, and he looked like it was just a wash because not only the upside to him was that he had the skill. The skill wasn't even there last year, and then it's like you don't have the skill and you don't have the size. You don't use your length on defense, so it looked like he was gonna be a bust.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for Oladipo, he'd probably be most improved player this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, things can happen. You have to give it time.
If Ntilikina could come off the bench, because I think he's been a solid role player for us. If he could come off the bench, which you don't want your lottery pick to do.
Yeah, you come off the bench behind Moutier.
Well, I don't think Moutier is going to be the.
Moutier is good.
Dude, I was happy with that signing. It's not going to make us good enough to win this year, but future, Moutier could be the guy.
He was
a lottery pick too.
I was say he's basically Nick. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Frankie Smokes. He's basically him 2.0. He's him with an offensive game.
Yeah.
So I think if you have him play behind Moutier, he can definitely blossom. I
still want
from
that
there.
Oklahoma guard. What's his name again?
Trae Young.
I still want Trae Young.
I like I said, the draft pool is loaded.
So I'm excited for the Knicks. If we don't win the lottery, we're gonna get first, second.
I think that's what I'm saying. If you guys pick top 5, I think you guys will get Trae Young, because you gotta think about who's gonna pick first. It's probably gonna be the Kings. I think if the Suns pick before you guys, they'll get him to pair with Devin Booker.
We gotta look at the draft lottery.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think the Kings are definitely gonna end up picking first overall. The Cavaliers will probably fall out of the top 10 because Brooklyn actually has like a formidable team.
Yeah, and the Knicks stink now, so.
Yeah, exactly. And if the Knicks start to tumble toward the end of the season,
I see like 4 games.
They'll get blessed with a top 2 or 3 pick, and I think if you get the top 3, you at least have a puncher's chance of getting Trae Young. So, see, I hope he does. I think Trae Young in New York City would be awesome. Would be awesome.
And he could play with Porzingis. Porzingis, unfortunately, it looks like he's gonna come back in February of next year.
Yeah, I think if you keep Beasley, who's playing well, then you have on.
I wish we would have kept Hernan Gomez.
Yeah.
We're starting Canner over him, and look, like that's fine with me, but put Hernan Gomez in the rotation. Why couldn't they do that?
Hernan Gomez was solid to me.
Last year, yeah, he was. And
Ron Baker was too.
Yeah, we got him also, I think.
Yes, I don't know. Knicks gotta understand, like, you can't rush greatness.
And you're not good, so why are you trying? Why are you trying to do win now moves?
I don't understand bad teams that are trying to win championships. We're making championship moves now. Like I get the Rockets because the Rockets legitimately
have
a
bad team. They're top 2 team.
Yeah, but it's like other teams like who's somebody who's made a championship move? I don't know.
No, they exist.
They exist, but it's just like
Charlotte not trading Kemba Walker was insane to me. The Clippers not trading DeAndre was insane to me.
Yeah.
The Pistons doing that, but even though they've been doing that.
Perfect example. The Pistons with the Blake Griffin trade. I don't understand that because you took on a contract that you really can't afford.
But Blake Griffin, I don't think that was about winning. I think it was about putting butts in seats.
Yeah, we need a superstar.
We need a superstar. We got him. We could put his face on a billboard in the city, and
People know who he
They
is.
lost Megatron.
He dates a Kardashian.
Yeah.
If you suck right now, just suck. Because
Yeah.
you're not gonna win the championship anyway.
Don't tank until you have to, but don't try to make moves that make you a little bit better.
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
As opposed to if it's gonna be a difference between 5 wins at the end of the season, probably not worth taking on an unnecessary contract.
100%.
Floyd and Conor back on it.
Oh, come on, Floyd.
Okay,
Don't get in that
so
octagon, Floyd. Channeling my inner Shannon Sharp. Don't get in that octagon, Floyd.
He'll die.
And then I heard that. Oh, but if you can outbox Conor, because Conor's thing is boxing,
He can still kick him in the octagon.
Why can't I? It's no shame in Conor McGregor diving at Floyd Mayweather's legs, dropping him, and now what? Now what, Floyd?
And he can punch his legs, and weaken his. No, just no.
Yeah, don't, dude. If
Just
you want to
don't.
do another thing with Conor,
They're
boxing
trying to, and then he won't make as much money as he would in the boxing ring.
because
in UFC.
Dana White owns all that.
Right. Even though they just sold for like $4 billion, they won't. Floyd won't see the numbers he's used to seeing in the boxing ring.
So no,
Like I think before that, the most Conor McGregor has ever gotten paid for a UFC fight was like $5 million.
But
and
half of that he had to split with Dana White.
Yeah.
Floyd, I would assume, would make a deal with Dana White where
Wait,
Dana
he
White.
hasn't split half his winnings in UFC with Dana White?
Who?
Conor.
Yeah, about a little more than half. They take.
I thought, damn, that's fucked up. But
Yeah,
he's
they
fighting.
take-
He's
they
fighting
take
for
a huge
them.
cut.
He's fighting for them, so why would he have to take a cut? If Conor's fighting for UFC, why would UFC take money from him?
No, the $5 million he makes is his cut.
Oh, so
that's
he's
what I
saying.
mean. They don't
so he
charge
made-
him to fight.
So he made $10 million, but he's really only getting like 5 of it.
No, he probably made the UFC him being in the fight. You know how Floyd Mayweather doesn't have to pay anybody because he's the promoter, right? And how other people like Manny Pacquiao have to pay Top Rank. It's the same thing. So Top Rank gets paid, and Floyd gets paid. Then Top Rank pays its employees. One of them happens to be Manny Pacquiao. This is the same situation. Dana White gets all of the revenue from the UFC, and then he pays his employees, which was Conor McGregor. The deal would be split the revenue in half. Floyd gets half, Dana White gets half, or whatever percentage it's going to be. And then after that, Dana White then pays his employees. And Floyd still keeps whatever he gets.
Right. Still just don't get in the octagon with Conor McGregor. The point is, Floyd Mayweather is used to making over $100 million per fight.
You don't think they'll charge $100 a fight for this one?
I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't even watch this.
I wouldn't watch it either.
Even if somebody
a guaranteed loss from Floyd Mayweather, you're not gonna buy it because you like Floyd, but people.
I
would.
like Floyd, but it's like this. I wouldn't count this shit as a loss because he's not. He's not a mixed martial artist.
It's an L.
He's not a mixed martial artist. Like I don't count the Conor's boxing.
Do you count Floyd Mayweather's winning boxing against Conor?
No.
So he's 49-0. See.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I count the win, but I don't count the loss.
See, yeah, you can't.
I don't count the loss for Conor though.
Count both.
Because Conor's not a
His
boxer.
boxing record's 0-1.
He's not a boxer though. He's not a boxer.
Mr. Tap out. Floyd, dude, if they did that, I would make Floyd Mayweather tap out.
Yeah.
I would put him in an armbar. What is he gonna do? He doesn't know how to get out of it.
It's just a publicity stunt. It's just like Rousey going to the E.
That's different though, because the WWE it has like a combination. Like you can
tell what's real and what's fake.
It'll be bad, but you tell her what to do and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's staged. But I feel like this would be no different. Because Floyd would really, let's be real, if Floyd Mayweather was really to get in the octagon with Conor McGregor, it's not even the time he would just get hurt bad.
Yeah.
He'd get hurt badly.
He'd be Mr. Tap Out.
Yeah.
His only fight would be
because Conor McGregor is a technician, first of all.
You telling me, you calling me Mr. Tap Out throughout our whole boxing thing? You think I'm not going to make you tap out?
Exactly. Just to have that leverage over you. You call me Mr. Tap Out, but I actually made you tap out.
I made you tap out. That's my.
You can't
that's a
even
horrible,
read.
That's a horrible Irish
You can't
accent.
even read.
I made you tap out. I'm
I like
trying.
the Lucky Charms guy. They're magically delicious. but yeah, I just no more publicity stunts. The boxing match was bad enough.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It wasn't good. It was only reason people thought it was good because we hadn't seen Floyd really attack an opponent like that in quite some time. So it was like, oh shit, Floyd's back on his pretty boy Floyd thing.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm just not interested to see. Please, just no.
Yeah, me either.
Like, I'm telling you, I wouldn't even go to any fight parties to watch that because it's
Yes,
like
you will. If I throw one, you coming.
not coming.
You ain't come to the Super Bowl party. You have to
I'm
come.
play Madden with B.
But you're not playing Madden. Y'all
Oh,
have to play
shit.
Madden 17, which I
Damn.
do have. So
I'm playing Madden in the back because that shit is gonna be a waste of time.
Madden's fun.
True, but
You heard Fred. Don't do it.
yeah, it's just
Floyd, retire. That's it. 50 and 0.
Mm.
What you need 51 and 0? It's not gonna make any difference. Unless you need the money, then do it.
dumb. But yeah, before we go, All-Star Weekend this weekend. Predictions for the game. Think it'll be better or worse?
All right, so I'm not watching the game at all. No defense.
Yeah.
200 to 250. But I tell you what I will watch.
200 to 250.
I'll tell you what I will watch though. 3-point contest, dunk contest. Love them. Those are amazing.
It's gonna be better. I'm telling you, the game is gonna be better this year. $100,000 incentive.
That's true. But it doesn't matter. They don't care. What's the difference?
Yeah, they gotta do something to make it even more competitive, like how baseball. Now I see why baseball does that shit.
Yeah.
Even though it ends up being
stopped it, yeah.
ends up being unfair to the team in the postseason.
What about losers have to pay the winner from their own pockets?
It has to be, like some shit like that. Cause I don't agree with affecting championships down the line for a recreational game. Like that shit was unfair that the Cubs had the best record in baseball, but didn't have home field advantage in the World Series.
Yeah.
Like that shit was fucked up. Like no, that's like the Warriors going 73-9, and they're like, nah, Cleveland gets more home games. It's messed up. But you got to I understand why, but I'm saying now I understand why they do it because otherwise it's just like you
really
going to play at a regular field and you really put no effort into it, and people are paying good money to see this game.
Other than hardcore basketball fans like Fred, who's really gonna watch this? It's like
I'm like even now for me the
it's
All-Star,
not like the Pro Bowl,
actual,
which everyone watches.
I ain't watched that.
You didn't, but America did. More than they watched the Christmas Day game for the Cavs versus Warriors.
Because we all know that.
Because the NFL's the best.
We all know the Cavs are not better than the Warriors.
That's true.
We all know that. Like it was evident in the finals. And let me tell you something. These LeBron fans, man. I got a message for y'all. The same way, have the same energy about. Oh, we got Rodney Hood, and we didn't even get Kevin Love back.
No, I hear people calling them bums. LeBron is taking bums to the promised land. I'm tired of people completely shitting on LeBron's teammates just to try to elevate LeBron.
It comes with the territory, though. I think you kind of got to be expecting that when you come in as a teammate of LeBron's.
They bums. No, they're not. They're solid
But now,
players.
but everyone's going. Now I'm hearing, oh, they're so athletic, they can run, they can jump, and then when they lose in June, well, what do you expect? LeBron went to the finals with a mop and a bucket.
Exactly.
Nope, have the same energy. If they good now, they was good when the Warriors beat them.
1,000%.
Rob, got plugs?
Sean White, Jamie Anderson, Red Gerard, and Chloe Kim all won golds for America on Olympics.
Oh yeah,
Want a huge shout out to them. Let's increase our medal count, guys. Chloe Kim seems to be. Sean White is exiting, but Chloe Kim seems to be coming in. She seems to be a sensation. I'm actually a little excited. I was watching Sean White's half fight and all that.
Sean White said he might do skateboarding next Olympics.
No, stop. Maybe because he wants to do a summer Olympics. But the next Winter Olympics, he's gonna be 35. So maybe.
Yeah, he had to mean for Summer Olympics because I don't think it's skateboarding for Winter Olympics.
No. So yeah, just wanted to shout out to those for heroes. Thanks, guys.
Salute. We out till next week.